All right, welcome back. We are still on our maze game on Scratch programming. And in the last video, I promised that in this video, which is what we will be doing, that I will show you how to be able to move your Beetle up, down, left, and right using your keyboard arrow keys, right? And with that, I'll be showing you how to program your character, which is your sprite, to be able to move according to the direction of your keyboard keys. The first thing we have to do in this regard is to move our Beetle to the position we always want it to be whenever we start our game, whenever we start playing our game. And in this case, the best place it can be is here, down here. Yes. Now, once you've done that, come over to code. Of course, your Beetle is clicked already. Come to code, click on code. The reason is because yours might be opened to costumes, sound, but what we want to do is to code. Therefore, you click on code. And every code in Scratch is categorized into motion, loops, sound, event, control, sensing, operators, variables, and even blocks, with lots more under this add extension. So the first thing we want to do here is to click on event. We want to click on event and then drag this block, which is when green flag, which is go, when green flag is clicked. If you check well, this green flag is the same thing here. So whenever we click on this green flag, which is go, we are starting to play our game. Now, what will happen is that we want, whenever we click on this green flag, wherever this Beetle is, it should return to this position and the Beetle should be facing up instead of it to face down. So what I will do is to click on loops, click on motion and then drag this block, which is point in direction. Drag it and then let it point to direction 0. Yes, as you can see this arrow now, it is pointing up, which means whenever I click on this green flag, which is go, the Beetle, which is this character, should face up. Now, the next thing you want to do is go to X and Y. Drag this block here. Now, remember when we started, I told you wherever your Beetle is, drag it to where you always want it to be when the game starts. That is because the Scratch takes note of your position and then puts them here by default. So if I move this Beetle up here now and then I go to XY, you will see that the figures here change. Before it was 199 minus 199 for x-axis, and then for y-axis it is 1 minus 148. Now that I've changed the location of the Beetle, you see that the values change to correspond to the current position of the Beetle. Yes, and that is why it is good that you always place your Beetle where you want it to always be when you start the game. So with this block of code now, if I click on go, you see that the Beetle, wherever it is, here it was here, yes, it moves down to this position minus 199 minus 148, and then it is facing up, which is point 0, right? Yes, I'm sure you grab that. Let me increase the zoom level so you see it clearly. Now, the next thing is that we want to be able to move this Beetle up, down, left, and right using our arrow keys on the keyboard. Now, I'm pressing my arrow keys and nothing is happening. That is because we've not yet told Scratch what to do in respect to the arrow keys. So what should I do? I'll just click on Controls. I'll click on Event rather, and then drag this block where space key is pressed. In this case, I don't want to use my space key, so I'll click on this arrow and choose up arrow. So whenever I press my up arrow, what should happen? I'll come to motion and say whenever I press my up arrow rather, the beetle should point in point 0, that is facing up, which is up arrow, and then the beetle should move 10 steps. Yes, some people can say that I should glide and so on, but I prefer to move 10 steps. With this now, if I press my arrow or my up arrow key, you see that it's moving up, but it is not moving down. What should I do? It is easy at this point. What I'll do is just to right click on this and then duplicate, drag this, and then change the arrow here. Remember, what is here is what is here. So just change this to down arrow, change the direction to 180, which is to point down. Take note of this arrow here. Yes, 180, and then let it move 10 steps. Therefore, if I press my down arrow key, which is the one facing down, you see that the beetle faces down, it is moving 10 steps downward. And if I press my up arrow, it is doing the same thing. Now my left and right, they are not doing anything. What should I do? I will duplicate this code, put it down here, and then click on this drop down and choose right arrow. Since it is right arrow, I will click on this 180 and then change my arrow to point right, which is 90. So I will do the same thing, duplicate it, and do the same thing for my left arrow, which is left, and then this will point to my left hand side. So up is 0, down is 180, right is 90, and then left is minus 90. With this now, I can go up, down, right, and even left using my keyboard arrow keys. And that is all for this video. That is all for this video. In the next video, I will show you how to code your sprite, which is this your Beetle, in a way that if it touches any of these white lines, it should bounce back to this position. Yes, it should bounce back to this position. Maybe I should even create a backdrop so that when it touches this white line, it should write game over. But for now, in the next video, I will show you how to code it in a way that when it touches the white line, it will bounce back, irrespective of where it has gotten to. Whether it is here and it touches the white line, it will come back here. If it is here, it touches the white line, it will come back here, and then have to repeat playing the game all over till you are able to go through these spaces without touching the white line and eventually hit this prize. And that is all for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you.